Oh, and welcome back to Spider-Man Miles Morales with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Poogie. So this will be the last episode I'm going to do on side missions before we actually go to some actual story stuff, seriously. Well, we're going to learn a bit more in the next episode about the Tinkerer and Roxxon, but for now, we're going to be moving some cranes in this episode. So we want to speak to this guy here to start the mission.
Your crane looks very drowsy. How can I help?
Yeah, drowsy. The motor burned out and all the ice buildups thrown it off balance.
Yep, that's bad, all right.
I cleared the area under the crane, but it could still fall onto the street. You gotta get the ice off before that happens.
I'm on it.
This mission, what we have to do is use our zip to point here to get to each of the cranes and look at each of the gears, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, looks like they're all frozen up. But firstly, we have to get rid of the icicles on top of the things. Well, it's nearly Christmas, so of course it will be cold in New York. So yes, you use the R2 button to aim and R1 to fire your webs. And that's pretty much it, really. Although some of the smaller icicles are a bit harder to destroy, I will say that. Other than that, I don't know. And please excuse me if I sound a bit offy today. I have a bit of a cold. Seriously, so I don't sound as enthusiastic as I usually do when I'm doing a Let's Play. So that being said, let's go over here and go for a bit of a swing over here. Again, like with the mission when we were dealing with the gas fires in the previous episode, we can also do it from the side of the building with Miles here. So yeah, that can still be done. There are still some icicles underneath the metal pipe though, so I don't know if I could call it metal pipe, it's a bit too big for a pipe. Maybe it's for underground sewage or something. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Anyone need more ice?
So yeah. And kudos to Insomniac, they're aiming it, and as with the first Spider-Man game, is on point, seriously. So, what do we want to do now? Well, there's another marker off there. So now we want to make it all the way to this water tower, and then somehow move the crane. Yes, and that might do it. Oh dear, I think it hit that building, oh my god! Okay, it's gonna crash into the ground if we're not careful. Where did it land? Where did that metal pipe land? Right in the middle of the subway! That's not good! So now, and there's a subway train coming, great! We'll have to beat the living crap out of the metal pipe before, oh, it's not made of metal, and then jump out of there, seriously.
Well, stopping the crane was only the tip of the iceberg. But, okay, that's enough ice puns for today.
Hey man, I'm so glad you're using the app. It really feels like it's catching on with people.
I'm not surprised, dude. You nailed it. Take a bow.
So is another traversal challenge, and this one is pretty tough. Yeah, I'm gonna say that now, it was pretty tough to do because you have to go over here to the castle, log into the computer. I only get amazing on this one, not a thing, so yeah. Because we have to use our zip to point while moving, which is something I gotta do even on friendly neighborhood setting, seriously. So, indeed, yeah. So what we want to do is get up onto that thing there, if I can move around. Seriously, because I'm not doing well at all. Go on top of the castle there, and then we can start. So yeah, it starts off pretty innocent enough. I mean, we can do a web zip using the X button. Problem is, there are multiple of these, and it isn't immediately obvious which way we need to go. That one there, that is actually the goal. Or at least it looks like it. Yeah. Excuse me. There are so many of these around Central Park. Well, it might not be Central Park. I'm not sure actually,
Just gotta trust my
because
gut.
I've never been to New York. So yeah, so I'll just say around the park. So yeah, if you do fall off, weirdly enough, it doesn't cancel the whole challenge. I will give them that. I mean, there is a challenge, dare I say, in Spider-Man 2, where you have to follow a drone with Miles, and it's a side mission, but yeah, if you do touch the ground, you have to start again, basically.
Is that
So yeah.
roasted almonds? Oh man, I should get
But
some of those.
once you go through a certain number of these rings, anyway, with Miles, what happens is I kind of lost track of where they were. Seriously, that is my fault, really. Yeah, I don't expect to have my hand held all the time with video games. Oh no. So yeah. And so much so, I actually decided to restart the challenge. Seriously, that's how annoying it was. But, yeah. Anyway, that's the loading screen there. I will leave that in because the loading screens are interesting, at least because of... Likewise with the first Insomniac Spider-Man game, it does have so the specific Spider-Man in various poses and everything, including what suit you're wearing with him, of course. I believe that's the track suit that I've actually put on Miles there. So yeah. Each of the suits is unlocked using various parts, just like with the last game. And yes, they're weird ones. I do eventually end up having Miles wear the Spider-Verse suit, though. I couldn't help it. I do like the Spider-Verse movies, even if there is a bit of contention regarding across the Spider-Verse. Mostly due to the animators and everything. But, yeah. But anyway, back to this. Yeah. The ones that require you to use the zip to point. I think my main gripe with these is that is the fact that the rings actually cover up the targeting reticle that you have to line up with Miles, so you can actually go through the ring. So yeah, so that's what makes it tougher, I think, for me. But that's just me, really. You can actually use the Spidey sense and try and find them that way. So yes, there is a bit of hand-holding that way, but yeah, and apparently I'm leaving the mission, which I don't want to do, as I say, because of the rather hilarious thing that happens if you do complete all of the training missions that Hollow Pete has for you. So yeah, in fact, you can actually see them on the lower map there. So yeah, the only problem is doing it while you're moving. That is the problem, I think. Yeah, that would be it. But other than that, yeah, pretty good mission. Quite tough, as expected. And there's the goal finally. I completely missed it there. And why am I well off with the zipping to point? I don't know, but I am. So yes, it will have to be amazing, I'm afraid. Not spectacular or ultimate. Which is a shame. I don't really want to compare it to Josh Keaton's Spider-Man, but yeah.
Really?
Then again,
Oh, he's right.
Andrew Garfield was not the problem with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 1 I still like. Anyway, that being said, let's actually end the episode there, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!